Hey guys, this is Coach Derek, co-host of the Soapboxing Podcast. Man, ever since I found this Anchor app, I tell you, podcasting has become a lot simpler and a lot easier to do. They distribute the podcast over several platforms, and you have to do no work. I tell you, man, if you're interested in doing podcasting, you need to download the Anchor app. That's ANCHOR.FM. You can get started today with the Anchor app and do whatever your heart desires.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here. The main event of the evening. I'm Jeremiah Gallegos, your world-class ring announcer, to introduce Soapboxing Podcast. And now, to introduce your host, Derek, a.k.a. Coach. And across the ring, introducing Matty Fresh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's golden time. Time to tune in.
Hey guys, this is Coach Derek. I want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Pueblo Boxing. Y'all be sure to check out Pueblo Boxing. They have unique and high quality boxing gear and novelty gifts. You can find the gear at soloboxing.com. That's SOLO boxing.com. Check it out, man. They do quality work.
Hardware, man. S-E-A-A-B-O. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. Hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
Good morning. Huh?
I didn't make it for my previous appearances.
We'll get you on the cut, man. We got to come up with a new one.
Hey, you shitted on my graphics.
I guess you call me the Dutchman, so I guess I should be wearing a tulip blazer.
Hey, guess what? Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. But man, I'm having to make the graphics, and I made that little intro and shit. Bro, I'm like, man, if this boxing thing don't work out, I might go get me a gig at the fucking NBC now.
That's how I feel about my posters and stuff I do for the fights. So.
Your shit is. I think the big thing is. Tell me what you think. I think the big deal with that type of stuff is having a specific identifiable look. And next fight up, man, y'all consistent and I'm trying to learn. So when I figure something else extra, I'm like, well, fuck that old shit. Let's do some new shit. And so I don't have no consistency, but I'm trying, man. I'm gonna put you on that clip.
You evolve.
Yeah, I talking about evolving shit, man. Joe, you've been a friend of the show since the beginning, man. You stuck through with us, man. There was times when we didn't have no internet. The show would cut.
What did I tell you in that first interview? I said, just keep doing it. Every week, put something out.
The show would cut out every 10 minutes, and Joe would faithfully be logged back in and be a part of it, man. So we appreciate that, bro.
Absolutely.
That's some real love. Well, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's another episode of Soapboxing. Shit, man, that was a big fuck up. so
You know, man, you don't know the fucking hey. When you do big things, you know, the small shit, it don't, you know, the other shit takes precedence. It's easy to do. You know, I call Manny Quentin all the time.
It's Soapboxing Podcast, man. We are live. Man, today we got Joey V from Miami. What's up, bro?
That's
right, yo, Joe from
That's my name. I said it. I don't even say Joe. Shit. Wait till I get in trouble next time.
Joe from Next Fight Up, bro. What's going on, man? It's good to have you on the show again.
I need a green shirt, man. I need a green shirt. Triple X.
I got you.
The Next Fight Up.
My man. I'm gonna wear that. Hey, we fighting on Lomachenko undercard. Give me that green shirt I can wear, man. That's my color.
I'll get you. That's October 21st?
17th.
So, man, we wanted to get you on the show. We've been talking. We've been doing a lot of talking on social media with this whole Canelo and De La Hoya DAZN controversy, lawsuit, whatever they got going on, and we figured what better guest to get on the show than the lawyer himself. But before we get on to that, man, what's going on with you guys? How's everything at Next Fight Up? What you guys working on? What's y'all's game plan? How y'all dealing with the pandemic?
Well, the game plan changes every day. Right now, we are going out of state, so we are probably going to be in Mississippi in October. We had Erickson Garcia fight on that Mississippi card 2 weeks ago,
right?
Which, I mean, it was okay. I mean, it was like in a bar room type of situation, but it was a fight. So we're talking with the promoter out there to do our thing out in Mississippi, find the venue that's a little bit bigger. They're allowing crowds. I don't necessarily need a crowd. I mean, it's nice to have a little bit of a gate and have some cheering in there. So I'm putting together the COVID plan to make sure it's safe and we can do a successful show out there. Other than that, Texas, in litigation with Texas. Should be filing a lawsuit next week. But because they're a state entity, they have immunity. So I have to supply them sufficient notice per the law, and they got to more or less have a vote whether or not they will let us sue them.
Wow, really?
Permission to sue them.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
What's Hey, you think that's the move or what? I mean, you want to get
the only thing they can do. I mean, I've got that. We've been in contact with the Indian tribes up there in Northeast area to more or less have us create their sanctioning body, because we can go through an Indian tribe, but they have to have their own sanctioning body that's through the ABC. So I've put myself out there to them and say, hey, look, we can put it together. We can get you the judges. We can get you the refs. Make sure that they're honest, trained, know what they're doing, and more or less run their commission for them. Obviously, we'd have their chiefs and committees and stuff on it, obviously. So, but it would be another avenue if this were to happen again in the future, another avenue that we could go to that would allow us to do what we need to do.
My wife just got her Indian card. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm big cheap pale face. I need to get on this. I need to get on this boxing commission, man, and rain dance on these motherfuckers, man. I take part. You need somebody who knows boxing. Put me on that motherfucker, man. That's nice. You know, you need to look at avenues. I'm not shitting on the state commission. I mean, I'm not in business. I'm not in the promoting business. You know, so. Yeah, man. Other thing, everybody else is making moves, man. We got to make to the defense of Mississippi, though. Being from New Orleans, man, right there on the Gulf Coast, man. As long as you breaking bread, they got like the worst reading in the fucking country, man. As long as you got money, you bringing revenue, man.
That's about it. I mean, they're looking to do business.
Yeah, Mississippi.
I want to do it safely. I mean, so long as we can put a fight on, we'll figure out a way to make the game profit and do what we need to do. But I mean,
and enter at your own risk. But yeah, Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm not super excited about it, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I mean, Arkansas was an avenue too. That more or less closed down, and Oklahoma's so messed up. I mean, I don't want to risk it going up there.
Man, that's terrible, huh? The fires and shit. That's Oklahoma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tying all this together, with the loss. Let me ask you this before we jump into that. Do you think things are going to go back to normal by the end of this year, or we're going to have the same issues running into next year?
No, we're going to have the same issues running into next year. We're not going to be normal, quote unquote, probably until about 2022.
Wow.
Is the lawsuit to get them to move their feet is really what you're trying to do with it, or
to move their feet? It's to recoup what we lost from our last show that they canceled 2 days before the event. Knowing that we had a meeting with the executive directors before, because they had more or less put it to us saying, we want you to cancel. We think it's in your best interest that you cancel your own event. Look, we put everything together. You guys didn't want to help us. You told us we had to figure out the protocol for the COVID stuff. They weren't going to give us any assistance. We had to put it together. We submitted it to them, and they would approve it. And I more or less, this was all happening when Las Vegas was trying to put it together too. So I think we, without knowing exactly what they were doing, we got pretty much exactly what they were doing, other than having an armed guard in your hotel lobby, or not hotel lobby, but hotel floor. Top Rank had the ability to obviously rent out the MGM, like 2 floors of the MGM, and have guards on those floors to keep the bubble safe. Whereas in Houston, I mean, the hotels weren't willing to give us that benefit. So it was more or less having somebody at the lobby to make sure nobody was exiting the hotel and doing what you needed.
Because I mean, we was getting tested prior and checking in the hotel, staying put. You was doing y'all. That was the plan, right?
The plan. It was going to be no crowd. Everything was secured. Everybody was tested. It really came down that the commission didn't want to pay for their people to be tested, which was going to be the rule. Was they take care of their people. There's only 20 people maybe from the commission, with the referees, the judges, and so on and so forth. So it wasn't a huge thing. I was managing it for over 150 people. So I mean, we were paying close to $15,000 for the COVID testing alone.
Wow.
Not counting the all the stuff at site, all the masks, all the other protocols that we were going to put in place. So when we had a meeting with them, they're like, look, we think it may be in your best interest to cancel your event. We go, look, we're ready to go. We have it all done. We did everything you wanted us to do.
The money was spent already.
100%. This is the issue. I told them, I go, look, if you were to tell us tomorrow before noon, I could save all of our deposits. We had media coming out from New York that were going to be on the road. I go, look, you got to tell me tomorrow before noon. If you want to cancel, cancel. I understand 100%. That was right after the June outbreak, after the protests and things like that. I saw it was coming down. I said, look, tell us before noon and I can cancel everything and no harm, no foul, and move on. They waited until 30 minutes before close of business, 6 hours after deadline. People were already on the road, deposits gone, to tell us it's canceled. And it was more or less arbitrary. They didn't need to go to committee. They didn't need to get a vote on it. They could have easily just called up and said, hey, no, that's not going to happen. We're going to issue an official letter to you sometime today. But, hey, Joe, call your people and it's off.
Yeah, we had Redmond was scheduled to have that title fight and shit on that show. And yeah, that was kind of last minute. Everybody didn't know what was going on, bro. And then to pull the plug like that was my thing, which, you know, as a supporter of Next Fight Up, I was like, man, these boys went down to the wire doing everything. And then they cut their feet underneath them, you know, the day before the weigh-in, right?
Yeah, I forget. It was like 2 days before.
That's right.
It was the day before Fighter was supposed to be in. It was the day before Fighter was supposed to be in.
Right, that's what it was. And hell, Alfonso and them was at the weigh-in. They was doing weigh-in.
Oh yeah, that was. I spoke to Felix and all them quite a bit, and
Good Lord, bro. They was acting with all the fighters went down there. What was it? Beaumont or something?
They were, it was out west somewhere. I don't know if it was Galveston or what, but
they was all there ready to jump on the scale, bro. And they canceled.